Earlier this month, Halo Studios offered me the chance to go hands-on with a new way to play Halo Infinite. The previously announced third-person Firefight mode is arriving on November 5th as a part of the new operation Great Journey. With it comes a dedicated Halo 2 style playlist, a brand new and long requested firearm, and a load of new maps and content. Let's take a look. So, does Halo Infinite feel like Fortnite now? Thankfully, no. I obviously had the same thought when I saw the announcement of the switch to third person for a playlist. Is Halo, stalwart of the FPS genre, going all casual on us? Put your conspiracy theories and tinfoil hats away. This is simply a mode that Halo Studios experimented with internally and found to be super fun. The question, of course, is, were they right? As we loaded into a map for Firefight called Ardent Prayer, created by talented forgers, no less, it felt like any other Halo Infinite match, right up until the camera zoomed into my Spartan and it wasn't where it was meant to be. A third-person perspective is nothing new to Halo. Since we've driven our first Warthog or wrestled a turret off its mount and waltzed around with it, the series has always had the ability to take the camera elsewhere and display whatever Spartan we're inhabiting without much issue. I won't lie, overriding 20 plus years of visual memory felt a little weird at first. Playing in third person, I found it initially a bit tricky to judge melee distance and impact, and it certainly doesn't feel as visceral getting up close and beating down your opponent. However, after a few minutes of jumping around the map, it was Halo, as one would want and expect. It's a testament to how much work went into Halo Infinite's animations that everything looks and feels as smooth as it does, and it's great to have this additional peripheral vision around you to see enemies and incoming fire from all directions. Even the transition into and out of vehicles felt perfectly normal. It's also really nice to see my Spartan decked out in my Master Builder armour and my insignia on his chestplate all the time. The map we were playing was a linear Firefight map from the Forge community. It involved boarding and clearing locations through a Covenant heavy Corvette, holding different areas and defeating waves of enemies as we traversed various rooms and passageways. It's pretty incredible how far Forge has come, with the map featuring official music from the game's awesome soundtrack, scripted doors and other cool design ideas. Third person mode is available to the community and forgers for custom games, and I'm sure some imaginative and passionate folks will come up with even more awesome ideas going forward. We also played the new mode on launch map High Power, and again, it was a pretty great time. However, third person Halo isn't all Halo Studios are bringing to the table with this new update. Halo Studios aren't oblivious to the fact that Halo 2's 20th anniversary is fast approaching. So what better way to celebrate it in style than with a dedicated Halo 2 style playlist filled with maps and modes appropriately referred to as Delta Arena. For those old greybeards out there that, like me, enjoyed Halo at its purest without things like sprint or equipment and clambering, and want elements like friendly player collision and perhaps enjoy a floaty jump height, this is going to be the playlist for you. The settings for Delta Arena remove all of the extras Halo's combat has evolved into over the years and give Halo fans a mixture of Slayer and classic objective modes to play. It even includes Classic King of the Hill, where time in the hill accrues points per second the hill is held uncontested. Can we get lowball added now, please, folks? And where better to enjoy some old school Halo than on some old school Halo maps? This playlist is filled with classic recreations and bold reimaginings from the Forge community, from the jaw-dropping remake of Ascension to the beautiful and ethereal Conjurer, a remake of Warlock. We've also got remakes of Turf with Boulevard and Beaver Creek's new Beaver Canyon to duke it out in. Lockout heads to the trees with a new version named Canopy, and Sanctuary gets a classic reimagining as Serenity. Of course, what Halo 2 themed playlist would be complete without Midship, which sees the sleek purples of a Covenant cruiser return in this new version named Inquisitor. I got a chance to play on several of these in some classic 4v4 action, and I've personally checked them all out for myself in custom games. The Halo Forge community have once again outdone themselves, and I think Halo fans are going to be very pleased with how authentic and beautiful these remakes are. There are other matchmaking changes dropping alongside the new playlist, including some new maps for ranked play and some adjustments to the sandbox based on feedback and data trawled by Halo Studios, with some changes to several weapons, power-ups and more. In true Halo 2 style, players jumping into Delta Arena start with an automatic weapon, just like on launch day circa 2004. Whilst Halo Studios considered bringing back the SMG, there's one weapon out there that's never been in a Halo game before, and that's the MA5K Avenger Assault Rifle. First seen on the cover of the book Halo Ghosts of Onyx, the MA5K has long been requested by fans of the series. This is a fully automatic 60 rounds per clip bullet hose with the recoil to match, and was originally used by the next generation of super soldiers, the Spartan 3. It pulls up pretty sharp when you just hold the trigger down, and at range the spread is pretty wide. It definitely encourages players to get in close to mow other Spartans down. It's a boxy looking design when viewed from a first person perspective, but is very faithful to the gun seen on the original book cover back in 2006. It's definitely a viable weapon to spawn with, and I personally like that it forces players to close any distance in short order to be effective. Playing this legacy version of Halo using Infinite as its foundation was definitely a lot of fun, especially for a long-time Halo fan like me. I get all the pleasure and beauty of a crisp, modern Halo game, but with that simpler and often more rewarding gameplay of the older entrants in the series. I've got to admit, I know I'll be in there come go live to the wider public, and I can see quite a few demands for more maps to be added to this classic feeling playlist in short order. Outside of the banner stuff I've just described, the new operation features a ton of improvements and quality of life fixes. One of my favourites is that Forge maps featured in playlists can be bookmarked from the map list in matchmaking, and Forgers are actually being credited for their work, with the player's gamer tag being seen on things like the match intro camera and post-game carnage reports. Commander Agrena, featured in the now cut seasonal trailers that used to ship with the updates, is making a return, but as one of the announcers in Halo Infinite, and even Forgers can use her voice lines for custom content creation. For a full rundown of everything coming to Forge, head over to Halo Waypoint, and I'll have the link listed in the YouTube description below. Halo Infinite and its developer, the newly renamed Halo Studios, have been on one hell of a journey. While other games may come and go, there's only ever one Halo, and Halo Infinite is such a content-filled title at this point that this could see more than a few lapsed players dipping their toes back in. I know I'm going to be one of them. Thanks for checking out this preview video. If you enjoyed this and any of the other content XboxEra produces, feel free to hit like, hit subscribe, and why not ring that notification bell so that we can let you know when we've got some fresh content. And we'll see you next time.